I'm just going to break down because I keep thinking about the muscle factory. That's so I'm picturing you with, would you call them wellies?
Yes.
How do you say
Is that how you say it in English?
wellies?
Yeah.
Scott. Anyway, that's enough because I don't like swearing. Okay, welcome to Mona Bishara and Roshi McGowan podcast.
Yes.
We're going to say House of
Hello.
Hell, but it's the House of Bishara.
Yes, welcome to my house.
The second home, of course.
Yes,
so
second home.
I'm very grateful
glad
for
to have
you hosting us for this gorgeous podcast.
No
So
problem.
obviously we're going to introduce ourselves today and really let everyone get to know why we're doing this and who we are, Mona. So why don't you start and tell everyone how, why, what, where and when?
Oh, right, okay. I'm not a fan of talking about
Well, you
myself
better get used to
too
it because
much.
we're here.
Yeah, so my name is Mona, as Roisin mentioned, and I've been living in Scotland for about over 17 years now. I moved here when I was 18, as you know, with no English, which was very, very difficult.
Oh,
I have
Scottish.
to say. Yes, Scottish. Yes, Scottish. I have to say
That's
Scottish.
better. That's better.
Yeah, so yeah, went to college and have lots of different jobs on the way, lots of businesses that they also were a failure, but we're going to go into that after you came across.
I came across you.
Yes, in Cambridge College. That's how we
Yes.
met. But I'm Polish and Palestinian, so I'm half Polish, half Palestinian. For those who don't know where I'm from, it's not it's a weird mix, but nice mix.
That's okay, but we're all about weird.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know what you want me to add.
I mean, because obviously when we were chatting earlier, it was a full-blown hours conversation that we had, and it was beautiful,
yes,
but obviously
yes.
the camera didn't record. And again, everything happens for a reason, and that's what we're speaking about.
Yes,
so, you know, when
yes.
we met all those years ago, perhaps the reason for that was this beyond other measures, and that I suppose we just don't know yet. So after coming to Scotland, and obviously I know, again, because we've had multiple conversations as friends, so when you came to Scotland and, you know, the cash crisis isn't where it is just now, but things were different, you know, and like obviously you came, you had 2 years where you couldn't be funded to be here.
Yes, I couldn't have like student loan or so. Only what was good enough that I had my course paid, but I couldn't get any student loan, so I had to obviously work. And I was in college. I'm
just going to break down because I keep thinking about the muscle factory. That's so I'm picturing you with, would you call them wellies?
Yes.
How do you say
Is that how you say it in English?
wellies?
Yeah.
Scottish, we say wellies. Say it for me, Mona.
Wellies. Right. So okay.
Tell us a story
behind that. There's a story behind that. So when I came over here, I was only 18, didn't speak English. My first ever job, the worst job that I ever had, where I had to wake up, you know, very early in the morning. I had to walk in the dark for like 40 minutes because there was no buses at 5 o'clock in the morning, to a muscle factory in Bells Hill. I have no idea what's the name of this factory. If somebody knows, give us a shout.
And also, I'd like to know if it's still there, because if it is,
I have no idea. But I had to was stinking, and also I have to have my hand in a freezing cold, icy water for 8 hours. I was so cold that I came with the idea to take a bucket with nice warm water, and actually I would have my wellies in the buckets with the warm water because I was that cold. I couldn't bear it. It was the worst job ever. I had hard jobs, but that was the worst.
and
the worst
that
ever.
was your first job, man.
First
like, that
ever.
is nuts.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's seriously crazy. Just as a point of interest, do you know where the muscles went after the fact?
No idea.
Because I mean, hey, but I mean, so like genuinely,
I'm sure lots of people enjoy eating them, you know?
no, absolutely. We all love a muscle. Let's face it. I was going to say something else, but I won't. So Mona, obviously after you done that job, what else did you do after that? And then how did you get into like what you're into now, like nails, beauty, makeup?
Yeah, so, you know, I had to, so I went to Stoke College and I was doing musical theatre. In that point, I had also, again, one job where I used to work in Catherine's of Partick. I don't know if it's mother of the groom, mother of the bride shop, yeah. And so I would finish college. I remember it was behind Botanic Garden, and then I would walk to Dumbarton Road, and I would work there till 6 o'clock at night. Then I had 1 hour to get to Bells Hill, to start at 7, and Morrison's factory till 3 in the morning. And then again, I would be home maybe before 4, and then I would get up again, sleep a few hours, and to go to college, to Stoke College, just for the man to tell me after a year that my English is not enough and I maybe not suitable to continue. So that was a big rejection, but didn't stop me, as you know.
Yes, of course. And again, like I think next week we're going to go into like goals and how to goal set and like how we got here and how you got here and blah blah blah. But I mean, I just think like you were saying, obviously when they told you no, you couldn't go further because of your English. Like how does that hit you when you're 18 years of age, and like how did you get over that?
I think, you know, then I would try to so I decided to go and do, because I used to live in Coatbridge at the time. You're from Coatbridge as well, yeah? You've been born and raised in Coatbridge.
Yeah, that's
Say something about yourself too, Roisin.
No, this is why I'm good at this, because I don't actually like speaking about me. I suppose I'll not get used to that as well.
So,
but
yeah, because I used to live in Coatbridge, Coatbridge College wasn't far away, and I thought, okay, I'll look what courses they have, and I started with the evening course, just to build up my confidence, build up the English, and, you know, education in Poland is quite important, so I didn't imagine myself doing nothing and just, you know, go to work and work. So I started the evening course, and then that's where Marion asked me if I want to do full-time. And I don't think I was ready at the time, but she told me that I will be absolutely fine and we should just put the application in and apply, and that's what happened. So she did give me a kick, and she kind of believed that I can do it, and that was the best thing, you know. And because then I met you.
Well, of course, the beginning of the end.
The crazy team.
Yep. And you know, that's because, I mean, obviously, that's just a wee reminder that it's always good to have somebody to champion you, isn't it? Somebody behind in your corner. If it's not you mentally, but able to do it for yourself, it's good to have somebody to be able to do that, like Marion did for you.
Yeah.
And I think, obviously, as the story unfolds of us, then we might or might not divulge some crazy lunchtime stories, but you know, okay. that's definitely something. See, when I'm sitting getting my nails done with you, or when, you know, when your clients are, because obviously this place is beautiful and it's super luxury and it's super professional, which is amazing. I'm so proud that you've done this. It's an amazing achievement.
Thanks, but they don't know me personally.
No. But and I know you've got so much more to do and give, obviously. Yeah. But I think it, like that always unplays and unfolds in my head, like, you know, like sneaking away at lunchtime and, you know, things that we used to get up to, and like days out after college, which I'm sure many people do. But you know, it's funny to look at that growth and where we've came from.
Giving you that Polish vodka to try.
Yeah, exactly. That, and may I say, if anybody wants to donate any, that would be lovely. Thanks. That apple vodka is life changing. Maybe really not life changing, but it's lovely. Nice. It's beautiful. Nice. And that was you were actually my first person. I wouldn't blame you for ending. You were actually the first person. You're trying to say
I was a bad influence?
Oh, 100%. You were a bad influence.
Okay.
You were the first person that ever gave me a straight shot of vodka in my life. I mean, I'd done straight whiskey,
really?
Never ever straight vodka.
Oh, well.
So thank you,
Mona. We need to
know
how Polish people drink, you know.
Well, that's very true, very true. I know, but on the next one we'll do whiskey and vodka, straight shots, and see how we go.
I don't think I can. That was 16 years ago, Roisin.
Well, you better up your game now, lady.
Yeah, but I have to say that everything happens for a reason. And as you mentioned, that if it's in sport, if it's in any different subject, you have people that they need to give you a kick and just say, right, you can do it. You know, I believe in you. And it's up to you if you're going to take that or not. It's up to you if you're going to do something with it. Because sometimes you can have 100 people around you telling you you're good, you know, you're talented, but they may not do it because they don't have it in them. They just, maybe they are too lazy or...
Self-belief as well.
Yeah. So I think it's a lot to do with us and how far we want to go, how ambitious we are, and how do we see ourselves, and you know, if we have goals, if we don't have goals, and everybody's different. But I think I was always quite ambitious person, because I think because of my dyslexia, I wanted to show people that I can make it, I can do it. I wasn't, you know, my memory wasn't always good in school, but I knew that I can do, and I can do something, and I can, if I work hard, I will make it. You know?
And absolutely, and I think obviously that's conversations we are about to divulge and have later down the line with regards to how hard work pays off, how successful, success versus talent, and all those sorts of things.
Yeah,
so
we
I
talked
think
about that, you know, having talent, if it's, you know, you're born with the talent, or you did, you know, you didn't. And as I said to you, like I believe, okay, if you have a talent, it helps, but sometimes, you know, not everybody is born with talent. And what is talent really? Is it hard work or talent, you know? I think talent helps, but really to be successful is your hard, bloody work, nothing else. You need to be focused, you know, as you said, consistency. Yeah. And
self-discipline.
And don't let, you know, also people tell you can't do something, because that's another subject. You know, I had people like trying to say, and maybe I don't know if it happens to you as well, thinking that oh, why would you do this, or no, just don't listen to them.
Yeah, of course. and it's like, I think obviously everyone's always going to come in with their own perspective based on what's happened to them in life, and you know, and that's okay for them. There's no judgment around that, but it's what's right for you and what goals and paths and career aspirations or relationship or family aspirations you want to set for yourself. And I think as we divulge and go forward in the next few weeks, months, whatever this may be, that's something that we can explore further. And you know, topics that we can definitely, because I know we've both got a lot to share and say on that matter, and we've both experienced a lot and been through a lot, and with the subjects of talent, passion, success, industry, you know, self-discipline, even being outside your comfort zone, like basically the breakthrough that you go through, like the things that you're able to, the adversities that you're able to overcome, and that's something that I am personally looking forward to exploring with you in the coming weeks and months, hopefully.
The same, yeah.
So I think we've naturally, because obviously again, as we know, we've been able to round off some other topics, so I really do look forward to hopefully the progress of the next coming weeks and months of our conversations, and them really and genuinely being able to open and resonate and help MD in any way that they can, be better, be more inspired, be maybe,
because it's doable. If I came here with no English, with no connections, with no money, starting with nothing, everybody can do it. You know, sometimes you think to yourself, people are born here, you know, and they know English, they have, you know, money, maybe they have parents that they help, they support, and they still didn't achieve anything. And maybe it's okay, maybe that's what they want, but from another side, it can happen. It's just how much you work, and your mindset is very important. But as you said, we'll talk about that in the future.
I absolutely love that. And on that note, this is the House of Inspiration, the House of Bishara. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Thank you, Mona, for being you.
And thank you for being you as well. And if it's anything that you want to talk about, or you want us to talk about, you want us to talk about, that's what I'm supposed to say. Give us let us know.
Ask questions about industry.
Anything. Anything. I don't think we are scared of questions.
No,
I think
scared of nothing after everything we've been through. So no, and I think it's been a lovely evening so far. And as again, I know we've got lots to say on lots of different topics. So I look forward to the future, my friend.
Me too. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.